Wait, don't worry, we're good.
Yeah, but we didn't say anything. So,
Yeah, yeah, it's normal.
yeah, but
So, hello. It's 10:45 European time and 9:45 Gambian time. Welcome back to the fan zone with me, Base. Together with me, I have Alassane Balo of Liverpool, Cuba of Barcelona, and the runaway Paul of Real Madrid. Bell, garau, Luby boy. Yo,
I don't see now.
let's start with one more. No, the place, Liverpool. Aha. We start with last. What happened against Galatasaray?
yeah, I just want to say to everyone watching, welcome to the fan zone. It's another Friday, but I just want to say that it's it's a bad thing that Liverpool lost because we definitely shouldn't be losing to Galatasaray. But if you really take everything into perspective, losing 1-0 at Galatasaray away is definitely not the worst result in the world. So if you look at the other teams that have lost, lost heavily, it's a very difficult place that they are in. But for Liverpool, a 1-0 loss is just something that we can easily on our day, win or just turn around. So what happened is that Liverpool haven't really been, playing well, and it even showed when we played Galatasaray during the Champions League match on Tuesday. But it is also very difficult, to play, at the Rams Stadium, in Turkey with their supporters. But that is really not an excuse. When you play for Liverpool, you're expected to give your all game in, game out, week in, week out. But yeah, it's just, it is what it is. Liverpool lost the game. It's not the first time this season, and it definitely wouldn't be the last. The season, I just really want it to end, to be honest. So what happened is that we lost, and it's not the worst result in the world. We will definitely bounce back at Anfield. I really 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 hope so, because I can accept I can accept losing to Real Madrid, going out, of the Champions League, to Bayern Munich, going out, to these big clubs. But I really cannot accept, going out of the Champions League, to a team like Galatasaray. That definitely is not unthinkable, but yeah, it will be very, very, very hard, just to accept. And Arne Slot, obviously, he have no choice, he just have to win, because this is one of the most important games that he would have, in his Liverpool tenor. So I am very calm. I think we will win, definitely. But to lose to Galatasaray, it really sucks. So it's nothing to be proud of. But 1-0, I can take that all day. Going back to Anfield and backing myself that we definitely will turn the tables around.
So, what are you going to do different? Because the way
Yeah.
Galatasaray, looking at the Liverpool team, I don't see anywhere, you can say, okay, we, us having, let's say, before you can say with Salah, we are 100% guarantee of scoring goals at Anfield. But now that threat is no longer there.
Yeah, unfortunately, this season the threat is not there, and Anfield has become, not so threatening, like it has always been, during our great history. And it is just disheartening, to know that when we play a game of football, it is very difficult to point your fingers and say this is where the goals are coming, from. Because when you look at this Liverpool team, we know that Ekitike is a very good striker. He knows how to score goals. But if he doesn't really have the supplies, if he doesn't really have, the assist coming his way, it will be very difficult, to put the ball at the back of the net. When we talk about Mohamed Salah, what he offers to the Liverpool team right now is non-existent. I cannot see it. It's no disrespect to him. He's a Liverpool legend. No matter what happens. But at the end of the day, I think Arne Slot should definitely, just put him on the bench, because I was screaming, when we played Galatasaray on Tuesday, I was screaming that he should be benched, because nothing, the ball comes to him, that he's going to lose it. He's not going to dribble. He's not going to run. He's not going to pass, the defender. It's not going to happen. So it's very disheartening to see the Egyptian king like this, in a Liverpool shirt. But I think Arne Slot should just, sort it out. That's the reason why he's been paid, the big bucks. That's the reason why he's paid millions to make the decisions. But I really think that on Tuesday, Liverpool will be able to start the game faster, because they don't have a choice. This is not like a nil-nil game that we are starting the game like everything equal. No, Liverpool doesn't have a choice. They need to attack from the first minute. And in doing that, it probably may open the game up, and we cannot afford Galatasaray scoring Liverpool another goal. If that happens, then obviously the nerves, will be high up there. Anfield will be nervy, and then it will just be, an unforgettable night, Liverpool losing to Galatasaray. But at the end of the day, I think Liverpool will start very fast on Tuesday, on Wednesday. We will start fast, and we know that, of course, we have to score a goal to be level, and of course score another goal to win the match. So Liverpool we will be fine. I really think so. Maybe later on in the season, when we probably play other top teams, then it might be different. But on Wednesday, I am very confident. I am really confident that we will definitely knock Galatasaray out. And the reason why I'm confident is because the second leg is at Anfield. If it was at the Rams Park, then it would probably be a different tone. But at Anfield, 1-0 down, it is a very, we are very much in the game. It's no excuse, absolutely none. On Wednesday.
Okay, we shall see.
Yeah.
Tuba,
Yes.
you,
Barcelona, we went to St. James Park, Newcastle upon Tyne. I mean, this is a fortress where people, obviously, the English will tell you that it's a very, very hard place to go and play. Remember, we beat Newcastle inside St. James Park 2-1. We dominated that game. This game, too, people made it look like Barcelona did not play. We dominated the position. They have more shots on target, but we have a higher expected to goal ratio than Newcastle. But that's the English media. They always speak in their favor. I think looking at the game as it is, even if Newcastle had won inside England, when they come to Barcelona, even if it is 2-0, I would still give chance to Barca, much more if it is 1-1. With the way things are, I think Barcelona should not going to have an easy game at Camp Nou. But playing at home with our fans and everyone, I think it should be a win for Barcelona. Even though we are missing Frankie de Jong in the middle of the park, but Pedri with any other person in there, it could be Banal, it could be maybe Eric Garcia, who is a very versatile player. He plays everywhere. And, with Yamal on the other side, Rafinha is definitely not as he was last season, but at least his pressing will help us. If he's not going to score, but let him press. But with Yamal and, Dani Olmo is there, we have Fami Lopez and all these guys, I believe it's going to be a win for Barca. I see Barca going through that lane, passing Newcastle, even the next opponents that possibly will come will be Atletico Madrid. Then from there to meet possibly Arsenal or Bodo Glimt at the semi-final. I am setting the bar, the minimum for us this time around should be the semis. And if we can cross the semis to final, anything can happen. I don't see any way that Newcastle can knock us. It's football. It's a 90-minute game. It's still open. Anything can happen. Like unfortunate cards can come in. Hopefully not for us. But anything can happen within the limit of 90 minutes. But overall, I think Barca should be able to go. Yamal is trying to prove a point. The boy is so good these days, and playing at Camp Nou will be special. And I think he will be unstoppable. The English have to kind of humble themselves. Haaland said Arteta needs to humble himself, but I think the whole EPL has to humble themselves, because what has been happening they never saw it coming. So I think as it stands, 4 teams in England are on the brink of leaving the Champions League so early at the round of 16. Liverpool and Arsenal stands a chance of making it through, but the rest, I don't really think so.
Before we come to Arsenal and Real Madrid, Alison, I want to take. I want your take on this. Chelsea is on impossible mission. Man City
Yeah.
is on a 40-60 mission. Newcastle, almost impossible, and then Liverpool. So, do you think English teams have chance in the quarterfinals?
We just probably need to look at the results and just, make up our minds, because we can just take Chelsea out of the equation, as it is right now. They are 100% out. It doesn't really matter what they do at the Stamford Bridge. They are definitely out, And when we look at Manchester City, I think they can absolutely win the game at the Etihad, because they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. It's just like Liverpool, they know that they are 3-0 down, so they must, go all out, to be able to score the first goal. That is the most important goal, in the second leg between Real Madrid and Real Madrid and Manchester City. Any team that scores the first goal, then the tie is over. If Madrid scores the first goal, the tie is definitely over, 100%. If Manchester City can get a goal, in the first half without reply, then it makes the game really, really interesting, at the Emirates, because then obviously, of course, Manchester City, can score. They can score goals. Their problems is not really scoring goals. But I think Manchester City, if you look at the scoreline 3-0, I think it is too big a lead for Real Madrid to just throw away. They will go to Manchester City, and this is just my opinion, but I think Real Madrid will go to Man City and try to defend this lead. They will defend it. Real Madrid will really not go all out. I don't really think so. They will not go all out because they have nothing to lose. At 3-0, you just need to sit and wait for the opponent. Let them do, let them do the suffering. Let them suffer, let them come at you, and you just wait for them. And I think that is exactly what's, going to happen, at the Etihad. 3-0, it's a little too big of a margin. So I don't really see Real Madrid throwing it away. So I think Manchester City are going out. Liverpool, we have a chance. We definitely have a chance against Galatasaray. This is not against Real Madrid or, one big giant, It's Galatasaray at Anfield. We have a chance. I think Liverpool will go through. Arsenal, Bayer Leverkusen, Arsenal will go through. That is just my feeling, But at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen in football. But I think Arsenal has it, in them what it takes to really beat Bayer Leverkusen at the Emirates. So, yeah. And in a Champions League where Bodo Glimt, just winning and winning, it cannot feel normal, So even if Manchester City go out and all these big giants, this cannot be a normal Champions League, Bodo Glimt, beating everybody, and they have a chance to even be champions, because the way they are playing and the results, that are coming their way, it's like, you never know, they can shock everybody and just lift the title. So this cannot just be a very normal Champions League, with how the results are going. So yeah, base, I think Manchester City and Chelsea, my honest opinion, they are going out, and Liverpool, Arsenal will definitely go through.
Paul, Real Madrid, are you throwing the lead?
Well, I'm still giving Man City a 50% chance of turning the tie around, because if there is a club that will throw away a 3-goal lead, it's Madrid. I'm serious. Because, okay, like in the first leg, Man City played a handicap Madrid. Almost the whole team was injured. And I don't know if there was absentees based on suspension or other things, but almost the whole team was gone. Okay, but I think like that was the reason why Guardiola prepared for Madrid the way Man City came inside Bernabeu and played like that. Okay, because if you look at the midfield, almost everyone was gone. The only midfielder we had was Chouameni. Camavinga was not fully fit. Bellingham is gone, and who else? They had to play in the academy boy Pitacho in the game. But I think that was the best thing that happened to Madrid during that match, because he brought in energy that Adagula could not give it. Like, let's say if we had a midfield of Chouameni and Adagula against Rodri and Bernardo Silva, forget it, Madrid wouldn't win that. Madrid wouldn't win that game. The advantage they had was Pitacho was actually the engine in that midfield. He was running the whole game. He was not the most flashy player in the game. He was not giving the most beautiful passes and everything, but the distance he covered in the game was really much. So that was one thing that gave Man City a lot of problems, because his energy there allowed Valverde to actually help Arnold to defend with to defend this Dogu. It is Dogu or Dogo something.
It's Dogu, yes, the dribbler.
Dogu, yes. So that was one thing that gave Madrid the edge against Man City. You know, that was the thing. And the other thing they did good was they allowed Man City possession from their half coming in. And when they lose the ball, they try to counter. Okay. The only disadvantage we had was the problem, the Vinicius side was actually not really effective, because Vinicius hogs the line a lot. Okay. And what you expect from him was, instead of just hogging the line, to be cutting in and playing together with Brahim Diaz. But he was hogging the line a lot. So the good thing was our Gareth Bale, Ronaldinho, Haaland combined together in Valverde was the best thing that happened to Madrid that night, because he became maybe 10 players in one. He defended.
Anyways, I think the problem, Man City's problem, is Pep Guardiola. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. No, let me wait. I think Man City's problem is Pep Guardiola, right? You cannot tell me you are playing a Real Madrid side without Mbappe, a Real Madrid side without Bellingham, a Real Madrid side without Rodrigo, and you are focused on Real Madrid's strength instead of your own strength. You understand? That's number one. Number two, Guardiola did not respect Real Madrid that much. You cannot go to the Bernabeu and do not respect them. You'll be humiliated. Yeah. Now, I cannot understand why you will have Omar Mamouche and put Mamouche on the bench and start Savinho. Savinho scored one goal throughout this season. The guy is not consistent. He had injury for almost 1 month injury. You are starting Savinho against Real Madrid. You have Serki. Serki has been in a fantastic form this season. I cannot understand. It's a disrespect, and I don't. Real Madrid brought in some academy players. Why would every Man City play against a Real Madrid with academy players, and you are focusing on Real Madrid's strength? So what Real Madrid did was, in the first 20 minutes, let's kill this game in the first 20 minutes, and that's exactly what they did. You cannot tell me Valverde will come before that game and score hat-trick. It's just like when Declan Rice scored 2 goals against Madrid. Nobody saw that.
Yeah, even Valverde didn't see that coming. It just came. Man City started the game really well based. Man City were trying to attack, Madrid. But it just turned. Yeah.
Let me get my point. You have Mamouche on the bench. Mamouche has a fantastic AFCON. After the AFCON, he had a fantastic. Last weekend, he scored against Newcastle. He scored 2 goals. Why are you starting Savinho against Real Madrid? What can Savinho do that Mamouche cannot do? Tell me. What can Savinho do that Mamouche cannot do? Serki is a fantastic player. And one thing I do not understand. You see in football, yeah, football, you have to be in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rodri is not that player that he was 1 year ago. Yeah. When Rodri was out for 6 months, Nico Gonzalez had a fantastic season until Rodri came back. Why do you keep putting Nico Gonzalez on the bench consistently and playing Rodri? Rodri was being bullied by Adagula and those small boys in the midfield. You understand? So you had, even Tijani Rangers had a fantastic season. So this is all about Pep. You know, I listened to one of Benitez's interview and he said sometimes Pep Guardiola wants the moment to be Pep moment instead of the players. If Pep put in the right team, and I know Alassane, you will not agree with me. I don't understand why you keep on putting Bernardo Silva on our pitch every 3 days. You left De Bruyne. You said Kevin De Bruyne is old, yeah? He does not have the legs to run. He does not have the legs to shoot. And you keep Bernardo Silva there, gave him our captain band, and keep playing him every 3 days. What can Bernardo Silva do that Nico Gonzalez cannot do?
Base, I think the problem is you are hitting hard on Guardiola a lot, because if you look at Madrid, they struggled the whole season. Okay, now coming to this game, they were handicapped. The team was really bad. As a Madrid fan, I didn't even expect Madrid to win this game. I'm like, the game was like the whole thing on paper and even predicted Man City were going to win the game outright, because the thing was Madrid throughout the season have been bad. Even with their full squad on, they struggle against the La Liga teams. They struggle in the Champions League. Okay, they struggle in the Champions League too. So coming to the game, Guardiola knew that Madrid had no midfield. He knew that he had no midfield. I think he wanted to play a flexible midfield where they control the whole game from the beginning to the end. Okay, try to win even by a small margin, take the game back to the Etihad, and then finish up the game. I think that was the main plan. Because, like he said, in the first 20 minutes, Man City was controlling the game.
Why was he still?
Wait. Let me finish.
No, wait. This is focus on your team. If you want that type of football, you bring in players that can give you result. Mamus can score, he can assist, he can run, he can track back. What can Savinho do? Boy, man, Savinho, that was football. Be like, Savinho.
Savinho is better than you. I think his injury was the problem. His injury when he came initially, he was very sad.
There is nothing special about Savinho's football. What is special about
Absolutely.
Savinho?
This can live. This is live. When it's going bad, this is live. You know, they just they don't know you.
All right, let me finish up.
No, but Savinho is trash, guys.
Like my team.
You are a City fan. You weren't happy, but Savinho was not your problem during that.
Yes,
No, Savinho is a problem. Anytime Savinho is in the lineup.
Was not playing.
There's a high probability that we are gonna.
Who was our problem if not Savinho?
Huh?
No, get to Paul Wade. Who was our problem if not Savinho?
So, Bernardo, the captain, he was the captain ban. I mean, okay, Savinho got a rating of 6.2, Haaland got 5.7, and then Semenyo got 6.2, Doku, and then Origi 5.2. So Savinho was in the lowest rated player on the pitch.
How did Savinho manage to get that rating?
I will tell you after the show.
Savinho didn't do anything.
No.
That guy. When I see the guy now lineup, I lose hope. Seriously.
No. Pep knew he fucked up. That's why Savinho was the first player to be substituted. Yes. Pep knew that he fucked up in that lineup, and I knew that he was gonna start this guy because 3 days before the game, he was saying Savinho could become the best player in the world. What qualities was that player have to become the best player in the world? But look at Olise. But Olise in Bayern.
But he said could base. He could.
No, but
But that's not possible. I
Yeah.
can bet my life that is not possible.
Right.
Yeah, he could.
If you put that probability, you must see qualities. If you tell me Olise in Bayern Munich can become the best in the world, I will agree because the qualities are there. He can take on players.
You can see, everybody can see it.
Understand? You can see that.
But Savinho is still young. I mean, I think he can still.
Yalla Real Madrid you sign. Yalla Arsenal you sign.
Come on,
Okay, he's 21. He still have about another 12 years to go to make it on the biggest.
Well,
he
for my
can't
team,
make
I don't
anything.
think there's much to say because we all the team is handicapped right now, and that was the only team he could put out. So that was the only team he could put out. And I still give Man City a 50% chance of qualifying because, like, all Man City need to do is to score an early goal in the Etihad, and then the tie could actually change because Madrid firepower is not really there. Because, like, you cannot tell me you have Adagula that has not been scoring and not been assisting for so long. And one thing about Adagula is that on the ball he's okay. Off the ball he's actually zero. Like, he offers nothing. Off the ball he offers nothing. So all Man City needs to do is maybe just when calm down in the Etihad, try to get an early goal, and then seriously, that tie would be open.
Adagula is a civilized player. He does not want to dirty himself. He does not even want to touch the ground. He will come clean and leave the pitch clean.
Okay, Paul, we'll come back to you. Del, Arsenal.
Lolo, boy, Garen such a Bayer Leverkusen. I'm just telling you, right? Balanga start because that is not a penalty at all. That is not a penalty.
No, that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty.
That was not a penalty.
Yeah, that's not a penalty. So we just make it clear.
I to kick the ball, and all of a sudden, like he found himself on the ground, and
there was a little bit of contact, very minimal contact, to be honest. But yeah, it's definitely not a penalty.
No, it was not.
Oscar doesn't look happy, by the way.
I understand, the game was married with controversy. I mean, the last time we played in Germany. But again, the good thing is that for us, the Arsenal fans, we are not happy with the performance, but we are happy with the result somehow. Because the expectation was that we will go to Germany, collect the maximum point and finish the job in England. But again, looking at the performance, I think, Arsenal will take a point all day long.
Boy, base, who am noisy background, do mute my Gambi, please.
Is it Oscar? Oscar came last day.
There is a whole lot of background noise.
Sidella.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
All right. So, essentially, what I was saying that, again, on a day like that, the performance that we saw at Leverkusen, I think Arsenal will be very much happy to collect a point, at least the results, and go back to the Emirates to finish the job. Because the expectation was that at least we will go and, play a very good football and win. But we were caught with a surprise. But I think, yes, the penalty is subjective. A lot of people believe that it should not have been given. It's a soft one, which I agree entirely. But again, a moment where Arsenal was struggling, they could not find a way out. I think that would have been a very good opportunity for anyone to take, especially for Kai Havertz to score, after leaving the club, a few years ago. But I think also, before the penalty, in the second minute of the match, the goal scorer for Leverkusen got a yellow. Within 5 minutes, he have also received his match in order, and the referee, used his discretion to allow him to play. That was a second bookable offense against Victor Gyökeres. But again, that same player punished us in the second half when he scored the goal. So I think, a lot of emphasis was put on the penalty that we got. But again, the key moment also in that match, who knows? Had he received the red card, with a man down, Arsenal might even complete the mission before going back to England. So, I think the referee has done a good job. Maybe perhaps that must have been the reason he gave a penalty, because looking at that key moment where Gyökeres was brought down and the referee did not give a second yellow, then when Madueke went on the ground, when he felt that he was fouled. So for me, I think if it is given against Arsenal, I will be super mad. But again, since this decision has also occurred, I think we take it all day long. And at the Emirates, I know it's going to be a tough match, because a lot of people might also think that Arsenal will just have an easy ride at the Emirates. But again, if Arsenal cannot score in the first half, the nerves will, we will be frustrated. And I think it might be something that if we don't, put full concentration on the match, we can be caught on surprise, because when you play, you want to score, you try, and the team is defending and hitting you on counter attack. You can be punished on your mistake, and at the end of the day, the moment they score a goal, then the frustration will come. So I think Arteta knows what is at stake. Win at all costs, score your first goal in the opening 20 minutes, then control the match. But if not, it might be a very long night for Arsenal. So I think, we have a bigger chance to win. But the center of focus solely will be on Saturday. That will also raise the bar, because Arsenal have to play Everton at least, to claim the victory and have a good match at the Emirates. And I think the atmosphere, the fans will be behind the team. But again, like I said, if the team cannot score goals, because the last time I watched Arsenal on television, I was really frustrated. Like, Bukayo Saka was playing like a Norwegian player. I swear to God. For the very first time, like I said, Bukayo was struggling to, get past. Bukayo was struggling, and I'm like, get past is not really impact for Arsenal. But again, I think Arteta did a very good job by bringing in Madueke at the right time, and we got a point. So let's see what will happen at the end.
Okay, Oscar.
Then what happened to the corners? Like, there was no corner kick. I saw a sign in by Liverpool saying that corner kicks are not allowed. You guys think there's a sign that corner kicks are not allowed?
Yeah, so
They mean it, and they mean it.
No, but you know what happened? I think.
Hello.
The Liverpool coach was very happy, and they won the psychological battle. And before the match, they provoked on their social media.
Are you watching on another screen?
And they thought
Everybody's watching on
they provoked on their social media. But I think
Yeah, we use the other volume.
Someone is watching the live with another device.
but I
Someone is watching the live with another device.
Oscar.
Boy, base Oscar kan la mo decide mo moy win Champions League bi nak.
Oscar.
Ban ñan ñoko win, they can decide PSG ñoko win.
Oscar.
They have decided.
Oscar, you can have a marathon if you want.
You about marathon. I will dara lo wa fi.
I only hope you have a good internet.
The way he's saying down there.
Okay, come Chelsea right boy, just like
okay.
Chelsea.
Come Chelsea, right?
Yeah, great base, and greeting to all my fellow co-panelists, Alasan, Chuba, the guy in Spain, Jassy, and all the other guy in Manchester. It is Manchester City, Jassy, and Lamin Fadera as well, who I commonly call as Mbade. So just from brewing attire for second, so I say I have to join after missing last week edition. Yes, like Alasan was, I still have something to say or to do in this year's Champions League. Obviously, yes. This is the first leg. The first leg, I've seen how English teams have been battered. All English teams have been battered after the first leg of the round of 16, including Liverpool. They first opened the battle for the English teams because they are Galatasaray, which it was Chelsea's opponent. We are going to win comfortably. You see? So, 5 goals to 2 defeat in the hands of Paris Saint-Germain. In the end, to 6 consecutive wins against the French side for Chelsea. So, meaning the record wasn't that bad when it comes to the French clubs versus Chelsea, being far better than any other English side, if you mistakes. So, like, you yourself knows that very well, and even Alasan.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Chelsea don't deserve to lose 5 goals to 2 in that game.
I don't know that.
The score doesn't match together. You all agree to me
No, I got you.
on this. I believe I know.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Okay, no problem. It could have go either ways. Chelsea equalized early minutes in the second half,
Yeah,
and it was 2. So at that time,
That's where the difference comes. Luis Enrique made a very good. Luis Enrique made a very good substitution, which paid dividend in the game because removing the winner, that is Usman Dame, bringing in the number 7, who had a very good second half time and also assisting one. Like for Liam Rosner, all on the game didn't go well. It also impacted on the performance of the team. Also individual errors, including the goalkeeper of who was not that much experienced in magnitude games. Yeah, like this, exactly. Just like your former defender, if Chelsea are to go far or go success, I think they have to settle their goalkeeping errors or goalkeeping problem. So I think Jimmy Carrey right on that. I never agree with him, but I will agree on him partially on that. So all of a sudden we all see how things fall apart the Prince, but that doesn't mean performance was very off. We were in the game, being 3-2 up or 4-3. Yeah, but 5 goals was out. But I just want to remind and other doubters, this is Chelsea. Whenever the whole world goes against them, that is the time they start to perform. In the year they won their first Champions, we lost to Napoli. And Napoli, it's not Napoli was just similar to Paris Saint-Germain. And all bigger teams will fear to play in 2012. So they defeated them, I think it was quarterfinal or round of 16. We turned the tie at Stamford Bridge. Okay, this time around, I'm not 100% Chelsea is going to turn the turn and tie qualify. But I believe Paris Saint-Germain, with this team and with the performance in the first game, they cannot beat Chelsea home and away. We're not going to agree that. As a fan, I'm not saying that. I believe Chelsea will also win in the regardless of what the outcome is going to be, like whether Chelsea will. It will be enough for Chelsea to qualify the next stage. But a win at Stamford Bridge is certain for Chelsea. And away from that, for our run in this FA Cup as well, when we know that we are not going to qualify to the next stage, I believe Liam Rosner and the boys will solely focus on the FA Cup, because winning the FA Cup, I believe, can give you a Champions League spot next season. And if in the top 4, we are not totally out of it.
Don't worry, we'll come to
We are not totally out of it. We can win our remaining 8 matches.
Don't worry.
And if other results goes
Chelsea win all 8
against
matches.
opponents or competitors, obviously, meaning Chelsea will play Champions League back next season at Stamford. And we are finishing in top 4 and league, yes.
Okay, no problem. You come back to me. Boy, Emel.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. What's your take on City's game, boy?
I mean,
Does he have anything to say?
Who? Me? Yeah, of course. I have something to say, of course. But my coach let me down. I'm just I don't have much to say. So just let's just see.
What went wrong? What went wrong, Emel? What went wrong?
Pep, the formation. Starting 7-0. When I see 7-0 in any lineup, I often lose hope.
But ML, you guys have talked about Pep Guardiola. He is the coach. He is entitled to pick, the team that he feels is the best suitable team to tackle a game of football. Now, let's be honest, before the game started, and when you saw that lineup and saw Real Madrid's lineup, I know in hindsight, it's so easy to just say that, okay, this was what went wrong, Savinho, here and there. But look, when the lineups came out, to be honest, you as a Manchester City fan, even though you didn't really like Savinho in that lineup, but you knew in your heart of hearts that this is a team that could have beaten Real Madrid. Isn't it?
I was hopeful.
Yeah, exactly. So, look, man, I really want to understand, because the coach has picked a team to play, and every player wants to prove to the manager, like even at Real Madrid, there cannot be a bigger occasion, at the Etihad. What happened that day, it just happened.
unfortunate,
It could
yeah,
have
it's
it could have
unfortunate.
been the other way around, you know. It could have been the other way around that Manchester City beat Real Madrid 3-0. It could have been.
But Sabino won.
You
But
know,
Sabino,
But what
Sabino
really
never
went
suits
wrong?
our 11. He never suits
No, but
our 11.
Savinho cannot be the reason why you lost 3-0.
Let
It cannot
me
be.
come. Let me come.
One player cannot be the reason why you lost 3-0.
Hassan, let me come. Personally, I have my own reservation when it comes to Pep Guardiola. I'll give you three scenarios, right? In our Champions League final against Chelsea, the one that Chelsea won, we had Fernandinho. Fernandinho had his best season that season, right? That was the season that we bought Rodri. We had Fernandinho, we had Rodri, we have Gundogan. He put Rodri on the bench, put Fernandinho on the bench, and made Gundogan the holding midfielder. Gundogan have never played that position the entire season. He started that experiment in that final. N'Golo Kante almost killed Gundogan in that midfield. We lost
Like
that
he always say, like Pep always say, in big games, he always overthink.
Okay.
Pep always overthink in big games.
No, this season, in
So
fact,
when you overthink,
let me come. We are in this mess because of Pep. You know, this
of course.
this new system of Champions League, the higher you are on the table, the better for you. The reason why Arsenal is playing Leverkusen and all this morning.
No, but that's not the case,
No, let me
base.
come. When we played Leverkusen, Man City played Leverkusen. Pep, almost 4 or 5 of our key regular starters were on the bench. We lost 2-0
for no reason.
at the Etihad.
For no reason, we nearly couldn't even make the.
We could have easily won that game. I'm telling you, Pep put us. You know, Alassane, let me tell you, okay now. If you are
Pep is just terrible lately. Alassane, you have to agree. Pep is just
No,
terrible.
but
lately.
look, we come here week in and week out and praise Pep Guardiola, the best in the world, you
No,
know,
he
and
is,
all
he
that.
is, he
It's
is.
not. Yeah, he is. And why are you questioning his thinking? You know, Pep Guardiola, he trains with these players every day. He trains with them every day. He put a team
That's
out
true.
that can beat Real Madrid.
Okay, Alassane.
You didn't win the game. Shouldn't
Okay, let me
be,
come.
you know, like the end of the world. Savinho is not responsible for your loss. That I can say 100%. He is not.
Not Savinho.
Okay,
Savinho was
okay,
not
Yes,
the reason.
No.
he's not responsible, but he's part of the
now,
problem.
Alassane, now,
He's
The
part of
team,
problem.
the whole team.
as a
The
Liverpool,
whole
as
team is
No,
as a
you
Liverpool
cannot
fan,
blame the whole team. There are some players that could
Who
perform.
performed in that team?
But Sabino,
No, actually, no player performed that day. No player.
I really couldn't see Haaland in that game.
How do you
Yeah,
know?
Rodri was better. At least Rodri was
Did you
better.
see your gay guy? That gay guy, the gay.
I didn't even see Haaland
Nah,
in that game.
Yeah.
I
He's
didn't
fine.
see Haaland in that game.
Alassane,
Nothing. He did nothing. Erling Haaland did nothing in that game. I didn't even see him.
No,
You know, and he's not the problem.
Haaland can play. Tell me why. Because Haaland can play. Because tell me why. This thing, our midfield is so empty. Our midfield is very empty.
But the thing is, okay, I think
They couldn't get the support like usual.
okay, no. Okay, Alassane, let me come.
Yes, just give me a minute,
Okay,
a
now,
minute,
eh,
a
Paul,
minute.
Paul,
Just
where's
1 minute,
my
1 minute.
Where's my
1
team,
minute.
boy? Where's my team? Hey,
No, I'm not talking about your team. I'm not talking
no,
about
wait,
your team.
let me finish.
But the base, you know what? I would buy my team there. Fee what?
I'm not talking about your team. Look, Bez, you don't want to accept the fact that Alassane is right. The thing is, the team that Guardiola put out for that game, they had all it takes to beat Madrid inside Bernabeu.
Absolutely.
Serious. Like, they were stronger, the better team in all aspects. It just happened. Football happened that night. I was
think they are
watching the
game
game with my
for
hand
that
in my
day.
mouth. I'm
Okay,
serious.
now.
I thought Madrid was going to lose the game woefully.
Yeah.
Okay, now we played Real Madrid in December. Yeah, the players that started that game, mind you, Madrid was with Mbappe, Bellingham, all their Galactico signings were playing. We beat them.
Good.
Yeah, but that was not
No, let me come. You still have those players that played that game. That useless Savinho was on the bench in that game. He did not play. Why can't you have Cherki, boy?
Yeah.
That girl.
But base football doesn't work like that because in December you beat Madrid or the players that played. It doesn't work like that. This is March. You know, you cannot say the players that played in December, they should be the same players that play in March. You know, it evolves, you know,
December was
it shouldn't be
Christmas,
like
man.
that.
This is now Ramadan.
Exactly. Coaches
You know my problem is
pick
Alassane.
their teams based on how and you know what kind of a system they are going to play, you know, in a particular game.
That's
You know,
true.
it doesn't
Every
have
game
to
has its
be
own approach. Yeah.
yeah. So look,
Now,
we can
Alassane,
talk
let me-
about Pep Guardiola all night long, but I think he had enough, you know, enough football players. You know, the team was not a weak team that he put, you know, out there. Manchester City could have,
But
you
it's not
know,
perfect too,
scored
but the
a
team is
goal
not
in the
perfect.
first 10 minutes and the whole tie would have just turned, you know.
Yeah.
Something extraordinary happened that night. And even Valverde, in his wildest of dreams, he could have never ever imagined, you know, scoring a hat trick against Manchester City at the Santiago Bernabeu. It just happened that night that
Alassane.
you know the footballing gods were with him.
Okay,
But
now.
it was
things just
amazing.
happen.
Okay, now, Alassane,
That means-
just to tell you, Pep fucked up. Sorry for the F word. In the return leg, let me tell you the front three that will start. He will start Semenyo, he will start Haaland, and he will start Mamouche. Yeah? Savinho will not play.
Yeah, that's for sure.
When we started the program, you were complaining why Slot is still using Salah. But he
Yeah,
changed.
but that is evident. Everybody can see that.
This
You
too
know.
is evident.
But Savinho,
Savinho scored one goal
man,
this
I
season.
cannot.
Only
I
a
haven't
single
looked
goal.
at Manchester City match and see Savinho doing exactly like Salah. You know, dipping in form exactly like Salah is doing
Brazil
right
not
now.
even
I haven't
calling
seen it.
Savino? That's the
As a-
question.
as
That's
a-
the
as a
question you
Liverpool
should
fan,
ask yourself.
as a
Alassane.
Liverpool fan,
Why is
if I
Brazil not inviting him?
As a Liverpool fan, if I put Savinho, I put Mamouche. Who are you choosing? Savinho or Mamouche? For Liverpool.
Well, I don't really know. It can be based on current form. You know, Marmoush, you know, played really well, you know, the last game before the Champions League. But why he got rested or why he was on the bench, I cannot answer that. I cannot answer that. Only Pep Guardiola knows why
That's
he
not
was on the
objective,
bench. But he put up a really good team. You know, when you look at Manchester City, they are scheduled right now. You know, Pep Guardiola is ahead of any one of us right now when he selects his team. You know, he looks at his schedule and thought, okay, tonight I can put up this team, and then on Saturday or whether they are playing on Sunday, I can go big, you know, against whatever team that they are playing during the weekend. Look, the coaches tinker a lot. And me, I cannot really question, you know, why they put a particular player in and left the other one. Because they train, they are paid to do that. That's their job. You know, they are paid to do the big, you know, to make the big decisions. But my point is, Man City lost the game. And before the match started, I thought Manchester City would win.
Yeah.
And all the bookies or a lot of them thought Manchester City would win.
Yes.
It just happened that Man City lost because of one player had the game of his life. But Luma Munta understand Moy, you cannot pin that defeat that happened, you know, on Wednesday, see one player. Because Lulu, it wouldn't really make sense, you know, because man, I watched the game and then I cannot see anything Lohamne. I can point the finger on Savinho and said, you should have done this, you didn't do it, that's why you lost. I cannot see it.
I think one thing Base is right about is when he talks about the midfield, Madrid being able to contain their midfield. You know, the thing was, there's only one decision I thought was actually a little bit not Guardiola's, because Aid Nouri is fully fit. O'Reilly was doing very good in the midfield with Rodri. Of recent, they've been, you know, getting good results when O'Reilly plays in the midfield because he's able to go forward and score goals. I think he scored about 3 goals in their past.
Yeah. He has 3 goals already.
Yeah. So he was doing very well in the midfield. So I was pretty surprised when O'Reilly was taken to the was it the right back or left back?
My point, exactly.
So the thing is, Base
Yeah,
was
but
right.
he has
when
played that position. It's not the first time he has played that position. He's been playing there.
Can you imagine Rodri
The
being
thing was,
bullied by...
Madrid was able to contain Man City's midfield because he played Rodri and Bernardo Silva.
That
I think
midfield
with
is weak.
Rodri and O'Reilly in that midfield, Madrid would have struggled a lot.
Yo,
But on
like,
paper, that midfield is not weak on paper. You know,
No.
Rodri and
No,
Bernardo
but lately,
Silva is not a weak midfield.
Alassane, Bernardo Silva is not be performing.
guys,
He's
hey,
not be
Base,
performing.
I think this is
Bernardo
what
Silva
happens
lost
here.
it.
Madrid and
Rodri since after his
Man City.
injury, he's not at his best. So,
ML,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
that's
what happened
very
in the
right.
game.
Absolutely.
It was 3-0.
But you
and when
cannot
look
put
at the
Rodri
game-
on the bench. You cannot put Rodri on the
yeah.
bench. It would have
Yeah,
been
I understand.
another discussion entirely. If Rodri was on the bench and you lose 3-0,
I'm not talking
it
about
would have
Rodri.
been another discussion entirely. Then the whole discussion will be pinned on Rodri not playing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I understand. But I'm not putting the blame on
What
Rodri.
I've seen in that
But
game,
Rodri and
what I've
Bernardo
seen-
lately, when they play
ML,
together, it all
Look,
started working.
look at the game. Madrid, I feel like it's not like Madrid has a masterclass of a performance against
Yeah,
City.
it's-
Or City
that's
were-
not the
it
case.
was just that Madrid took their moments.
But
Look
they
at
were
the
too
goals
good that day.
Valverde scored. It was
I can't
a
even
counter-attack
imagine. I
out of
used to watch
nowhere.
Madrid games.
He went round Donnarumma and he scored. And then the second goal, the one that he shot on the ground, and then the one
Yeah.
that he put over Gay. It's not like they played a masterclass of a game to win. They just took their moments, and it was
Yeah.
3-0. That was just it. And
Yeah.
Man City can pretty much also take their moments at Etihad, and something can happen. I just
No, they
don't
didn't
see-
actually have moments, though.
No,
They
what
didn't
I'm
don't see
saying
that
is,
comeback.
I
There
just
were
don't
no
see
moments
the
for
way.
Man City in the game.
No,
There were no moments for
I
Man City
wouldn't
in the
just
game.
see Man City going all the way to beat Madrid 3 without Madrid responding, because if they all go, they'll
Exactly.
Exactly.
Our defense also is not. Yeah, it's
Tuba, let me
Madrid.
come. Tuba, let me come. You people need to listen.
So we cannot stop Madrid from
Listen.
scoring. Yeah.
No, you people need to listen when I'm talking. Yeah.
Okay, we are listening.
Okay, you said Madrid took their moment.
Yes.
Football is a game of moment. Yeah, that's the reason why I said Bernard. How to call it? Savinho should never have started that game
But you are
because
still on this point.
yes, no, I'm coming. Okay, now let me tell you Man City's fixture for that game. Donnarumma should have started. Kusanov should have started. I respected that because of Vinicius' speed.
Yes.
You have Gehi plus GS. Play Nouri at the left back.
At the left back. We
You have Rodri and O'Reilly. Let them as holding players. Yeah. Put Seki in front of them.
simple as that.
You have Doku, you have Semenyo, you have Haaland.
You have Haaland.
That's your strength.
We more than Madrid.
Why will Adagula be bullying Rodri in the midfield? Adagula bullying Rodri in the midfield. Even corner, he will go and bully Haaland and go back.
Exactly. That was the tactic. That's what.
Maybe
That's
never
what.
the Lulu just to try to play with the minds of Madrid.
What
It didn't
mindset?
just-
So you want to tell me that Adagula has a bigger mindset than Rodri and Haaland, a Ballon d'Or winner? Wait,
Why base?
Ballon d'Or winner. And a Ballon d'Or
This.
winner wins the Battle of
Hassan here.
Base, man, I look. The players that you said, should have started.
Calm down.
Yeah.
You said Ait Nouri should have started,
On the left back, yes.
and who else?
And
O'Reilly
Nouri
goes to the midfield.
and Sherky should have
Yeah,
started in
yeah.
front of-
Cherki.
should have started in front of Rodri and O'Reilly.
Yes,
Yes,
Ait Nouri
Bernardo should be
and
dropped.
Cherki, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So man, I want to know, ñooñu suñ start on sax with the moment that Real Madrid had, the moments and the goals that Valverde scored. Dama la laajte ndax Ait Nouri and Cherki could have stopped those goals.
Yes. Because let me tell you.
Exactly.
Because with that formation, when you are defending with 5 players, and if possible, sometimes 6. That's the same system that Chelsea used.
Maybe the second goal, but the first one, that counter attack, there was no one there who was catching Valverde.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So with that system, you will have either Rodri or O'Reilly standing. All of them will not be attacking at the same time. That's the same system.
Madrid mo wara complain. Madrid played a very weak team. Be pare gaay door len ci kaw lolu nu
Your Madrid.
Madrid.
Boy, Del, Madrid dafa indi academy players. You play against Ballon d'Or player. Nga ma
Dañ la door nangul rek.
And man, I am very surprised. I am very surprised, like all this analysis base that you are doing and saying, man, I'm very surprised. Pep, the best manager in the world, couldn't see this. He didn't know, this that you're talking about. It's amazing.
I
Because
Listen,
they
the
lost
records are
against
here.
Spain.
Not Pep Guardiola, not Pep Lindas, not Kolo Toure. You know, these guys haven't even noticed what you're talking about. It's just
If
amazing, you know.
No,
They
but
also
Alassane,
there when they win
No,
at
but our
Madrid.
technical team,
and
our
it did not
technical
happen.
team is
I think it's so unfair.
Alassane-
it's all about Pep.
no, you
Pep's
you
decision
cannot
is
say
always final there. So whatever he
Yeah.
says,
Alassane, you cannot
exactly.
actually.
So he's the overall boss.
They,
Whatever
they
he brings there,
raised,
those people they will agree to him.
Boy, anga del
Listen.
man del ni bi ngere del dafa ñoo fi mëna saka nawetan player la ya ko fi wax légui nga na
Waaw,
saka
waaw.
day play comme nawetan player ana du
What does
saka
Moko def changes bi nag?
légui
Moo
nga
tax
na
mu
no,
def-
but okay.
you
The
have
thing is,
that day moom mu doon play comme nawetaan player su def fu mu jaar nga change.
to all
Yeah.
fairness to the Man City
Honest,
fans,
I
they've
don't-
raised
Why
they've actually raised some very, very important points. Actually, to all fairness to you, actually you raised some very, very important points. And it's actually true if you look at how Guardiola, like over the years, there are sometimes during a very big game he tends to overthink. Because even when he was in Bayern,
Paul, sorry. If you look at the statistics or the history, Pep match yu bari yu dee ñàkk yoo xam ne they are very crucial. Comme lu mu def against Real, most of the time lu la lay def dafa ñëw xëy rek indi leneen loo
Yes.
xam ne.
exactly my
No,
point. Exactly.
that's what I'm telling Alassane. That's what I'm telling Alassane. The Man City players, the Man City guys here, they actually raised some important points. They actually, some of their points are valid. It's actually true. It tends
But
to
again,
overthink.
this-
Alassane,
this
just
is not
okay.
what
Just give.
happened.
Let me land.
Because
Let me land.
don't forget Real seen team bu bon bi moo play ak guy.
Exactly. Real bu bon bi lañ play suñu tissé Real bu baax bi nak Real bu bon
Okay.
bi
But
ñu do
Real dañ present team bu baax ngeen dóor leen.
but suñu team bu baax bi boy man kay mo la suñu play di nga tout at bu ñu né Champions League bi boy Man City at boobu noonu first 20 minutes da nga am ne dañ soxla li dañ start ta goal yaa ngi daw rek.
Hey, Man City team boobu ak bii benn.
But that team
No,
is no
but-
longer
okay.
with Man City.
It's no
I
longer
was telling Alexander, don't bet your life on them.
You
That
can
team
do
is
what I
no
want
longer
this.
with City.
Right.
Manko halatat sa, manko study halatat sa. Because you know, manko study halatat de.
This is the problem. This is the problem that I have.
You are playing West Ham. I don't know West Ham, whatever.
Yeah, West Ham,
Yeah,
yeah.
tomorrow,
In the
yeah.
weekend. Okay,
Yeah,
Newcastle Chelsea is gonna be a
tomorrow.
big game.
Alassane have been complaining about slot all season long.
No, not me. Other Liverpool fans. Man, I am backing Slot all the way.
Okay, so
I've always backed Arne Slot, you know. Why base?
No,
Man,
I think actually
Yeah.
I think tonight Alassane is a little bit harsh on the Man City guys here. It's not really fair because they wait. Let me finish. They actually raised some valid points actually because Guardiola tends to overthink because this game.
yeah, but
Like,
that's why he's so
what-
successful.
Like what Base is trying to say, you could twist that team in different ways, and this result wouldn't have happened. That's true. It's actually true.
This result was just written in the stars. This result was written in the stars, my friend.
It's something that could have been easily preventable by the players who you
No,
thought would
let
have been on the
me finish. Let me just finish because
A result written in the stars, it's always gonna happen. It was that type of a result.
You know, Pep said something last season, yeah, when we had that dramatic run of form, losing against every other team, even Jara United, we lost. Yeah, he said one thing. They asked him, "What's the problem?" He said, "Give me back my players." What players? The players that are injured. But you still have players. He said, "No." Everybody knows that those players are his regular starters. Now you have those players.
I also have a question for you though.
Why are you putting them on the bench?
Go ahead.
Alassane said here, Salah should not start for Liverpool. Alassane said it.
Yeah, but we can all agree on that based on the
Okay,
performances. You
based
know,
on that-
it's backed.
Based on that, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When would we start having a conversation about Gakpo, Salah, and Ngomoha?
Yeah, but we are talking about them every day. Maybe you just miss, but yeah, what do you want us to talk about them about?
Because I maybe I missed it because I was like, when I look at your, like you, when you said what you said about Salah, but most of the Liverpool fans I see online talk about it is they go
Yeah.
they go after
Cody
Gakpo,
Gakpo.
Cody Gakpo, not Salah. But actually, there was a game that this guy came in and he played the Salah side, and he was actually really good. He did actually way better in, I don't know whether 15 or 20 minutes than
Yeah.
Salah did the whole game.
Yeah, it's often like that, you know. It is often like that. You know, right now Salah is playing for Liverpool because of the legacy, because of, you know, the legend that he is, because of what he has done for the club. But it's not really backed by performances. To be honest, why he is starting for Liverpool, it is something that I really cannot understand and I cannot really, you know, analyze. When it comes to performances, you know, he definitely must be on the bench, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just probably the threat that he has or the name, you know. He has done a lot for the Premier League, you know, and Liverpool scoring goals. So maybe it's just the name, you know, but definitely not the performances. I don't want to see him play, you know, because he's been bad. You know, he have to sit on the bench and earn his spot, you know. Yeah, look, Base, when you talk about Savinho and Salah, they are two different players at this point in time. Before, obviously, everybody will, you know, choose and take Salah to their team. But right now,
still now, I pick Salah over Savinho any day.
no way, man, no way.
Well,
That
I
you're
think
just
we should
exaggerating.
exchange those players
No,
and
but-
we'll see
no,
what
but-
happens. I have to go,
Ahmed,
Dave. It's time
Ahmed,
for iftar at my end.
Tuba, okay,
Okay,
thanks,
okay.
man. See you.
Thank you, guys. See you
Barcelona.
later.
So,
Yeah, thanks,
so Barcelona,
man.
can you make how to go? Can you qualify?
Well, you want to say, can we make a comeback? We are not going anywhere. We are still
I
there.
forgot.
Okay,
I'm thinking about my comeback.
Tuba, give us your final.
I mean, so my final prediction is that the English Premier League teams might actually go to experience the shock of their lives. I think the media is actually doing more harm than good to them. After all that happened in the first leg, they are still saying that the Premier League is
Giving
the
them
best
hope,
and these
yeah.
teams can come back. I don't see Chelsea coming back. Man City, I give them 1% chance and 99% faith. I don't see Newcastle making it. Liverpool, I give them like a 55% chance to go because
Arsenal?
Anfield used to be that fear tier that nobody wants to visit. But nowadays, everyone goes there and they win. And Galatasaray can say, if others can do it, why not us? So they still
Yeah.
have something to prove there.
Yeah, that's the point.
Arsenal, I think you are told that the corner kicks are not allowed, and that is making me worried already. Like, if Arsenal scored first in the first half, I think they're going to advance.
they're
But
gonna-
the
they're
game
gonna
is
make
still open with Arsenal having the advantage. And Barcelona, the game is open with Barca with the advantage. I think we're going to go. Look at Spanish teams beating the English teams. Spain just beat England at the concluded Euro in 2024. So they just have to be humble and hopefully something good will come their way.
Okay, so
All
Emma,
right.
Emma, what's your take on Tuesday? Are we qualifying? Are we going to?
We might win. We might win, but to qualify, no, I don't see.
If Savinho plays, we are qualifying.
Why are you pessimistic, bro? Come on. Why are you pessimistic, bro?
If Savinho plays, I'm telling you, that guy will do
Savino will not
wonders.
play. Savino will not start. I can bet that he will not
Put
start.
the blame on Savino, man. I swear to God. I think you see, you know, it just didn't work out for them on that day. It was a bad day in office for the entire Manchester
The entire team, you know,
Yeah.
and the coaching staff included.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. But Savinho, you know, I don't understand that.
problem. He wasn't the problem, you know. I think the team played so badly, and you know sometimes these matches does happen. You know, you are very confident that you know you are playing against a very weak team, but sometimes it doesn't really work out. I
Yeah.
know if Real had not scored first, if Manchester City had just got their noses in front, it could have been a different ball game. You know,
That's true.
but
Very
sometimes the instincts, the moments, and Madrid took the chances, and you know it became even bitter for Manchester City. So you never know. At the Etihad Stadium, I think if Manchester City can score the first minute or the first 10-15 minutes, it is going to change the whole complexion of the game. You know, because they will believe, and of course,
Yes.
if there's
If
anything,
we are able to score 2 in first half,
This
Yeah.
boy,
Madrid responded.
boy is
Without
playing
Madrid
Yeah.
responded. But Madrid, you know, we cannot stop Madrid from scoring. I don't see it
It's
happening.
possible.
No,
So
there's
if
I
you
don't
wanna-
see it happening. There's
you're
our-
very,
Stop talking
very
about
shaky.
Man
Yes,
City.
our
Talk
team
about
is not.
Arsenal. Talk about
City
Arsenal.
is not the City we all know before.
Will you
It's
qualify
not
then?
the City we all know
Will you
before.
Base.
qualify? With
For us,
Arsenal
our
qualified.
qualification is very well in our hands. You know, for Manchester City, it's not in their hands because they already
Of course, you
they're
are playing
already
at
down
home.
by
We are
3.
playing
No,
at
of
home.
course, playing at home because you are already down by 3 goals to nothing. You know, it is not in your hands because at the end of the day, you know, if at all it is maybe you pull 1 or 2 back, at least it will give you more confidence. But now you know that exactly what is at stake. Any mistake,
Yeah.
any goal that you concede might be at your detriment. So that's why it is not in your hands. But for Arsenal, they know their destiny is very clear. A win at all costs, you are there.
Yeah.
Manchester City demand
Yeah,
and they
that's
cannot
true.
still qualify. You know,
Yeah,
because
but Del, the Man City to qualify is in their hands. You know, it is in their hands. They know
no,
what to do.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
win.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
They
you
win.
know why?
They know
You know
how
why?
by how much to win. It's in their hands. They win by that margin. It's in their hands.
No, this
So
one,
it's
because you
not.
know why? Real control the entire, you know, Real is standing on their 2 feet. Man City is only on 1. So the problem is,
Yeah.
if at all they got 1 or 2 goals, at least they will, you know, they will be in a better position to say, you know what, we can, because it's Real Madrid. They can score goals against Real, but can they deny Real from scoring? It is possible on their day,
Yeah, it's
but
very
again, it's
possible.
very
Yeah,
difficult,
it's possible.
especially
We've done
Real
it
on
before.
counter
We've done it
attacks.
before. We've done it before at the Etihad.
Yeah.
It's
That
doable.
was a different Manchester City side.
But yes, it is in their hands. What they know what to do. Win 4-0, you qualify. It's in their hands, you know. It's not
Which
like the Premier
playing this
League. It's
weekend.
not like the Premier League when you know that okay, you are like 4 points, you know, behind or
Yeah.
5 points behind. Then that's not in your hands, you know.
Yes.
But this one, it is very much in their hands. Just do what you're
Yeah, that's
expected to
true.
do, and you just you know do it. But if they cannot do it, then that's it. But I don't really think Manchester City will qualify. You know, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, we might
I
actually
know
win, but to
I
qualify,
know
yeah,
they can win, you can win,
yeah,
but I don't see Real Madrid, no matter what happens, I don't see them throwing away that, you know,
the
3-0
three,
lead. That
yeah,
that
again,
that
yeah.
is too big a lead.
He needs to call Jurgen Klopp to give him some, you know, secrets on how you have to overcome the 3-0 deficit, you know, to win. You remember Barcelona?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
everybody was, you know,
But
impossible.
it cannot be Anfield and Etihad. It's like, you know, a very different atmosphere. It's not, we are really not the same, you know. It's
And after that, Wolves will go and beat you, go back.
yeah, no problem, you know, but we have had our moments, you know, in
Definitely.
history, and those are moments that, you know, we can never forget. You know, Anfield has given us moments, you know, we can remember for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing, you know, to be part of that. And that you cannot say, you know, the same for Man City, to be honest. I cannot,
Are you
I
bidding
don't really
Tottenham on
know what
Sunday?
moment City has given us in football. If not,
Are you bidding Tottenham on Sunday? That's the question.
nah.
Everybody's bidding Tottenham, so I don't know if you can.
If we
No,
cannot beat Tottenham on Sunday,
they cannot
Maybe
survive.
we will be here next week.
Now I think Liverpool will beat Tottenham. I
yeah,
think
I hope so, to be honest, because
the only
we are
team
due.
the only team
No.
that has issues in when it comes to Tottenham is Man City. Yeah, that team, boy. I maybe they think that we are also in London.
But
or
the
something.
only time they don't have an issue was 2022, 2023. Draw
Yeah,
Arsenal win league bi guy bañ. Moo tax man yërëm ma gaay de.
do the job on your own. Do it on your own. Don't depend on any.
You reach at a certain apex boo xam ne you have to rely on one another to gain something.
No,
Because
Yeah.
oh, but just
we
win,
have
just
to
win.
depend
Win your
on-
games. If you win your games, you are there.
yeah, but
I really hope Arsenal doesn't win the league.
That's what City need right
Yeah,
now.
boy,
We just
last
have to
boy,
win our
that-
games.
I
Nah,
really
man.
hope. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand this. You know, if
Well,
Arsenal wins the league,
that would be
no
a
way.
If
No,
we bottle
I'm
this
not
league,
sure anyone can stand Arsenal winning the league except Arsenal fans. But I think
Yeah,
there is no way. There is no way.
You know,
There is no team stopping.
Felix, why
There's no
why
team
all
stop-
this, you know, all this negative energy towards Arsenal? Because
They're gonna bottle the league
They are
again
fans.
starting
They are
tomorrow.
It has nothing to do with
But
the club. It has
look,
nothing
the
to do
whole
with
world is at peace. Arsenal bottling the league and everything. With Arsenal winning the league,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
it's like more exciting, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Arsenal bottling the
I
league
cannot
is like
Arsenal bottling
reaching
the
its
league.
stone.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
It's like
so-
it's just a usual thing. Like if it happens, it's been happening. It's okay. It's fine. But you know, Arsenal winning the league, Yeah, it's not something that is. I'm not sure anyone can stand it because the fan base is gonna go nuts, man.
But
Serious.
maybe they are due a league title after £1 billion,
No, but
spent.
actually,
It's
this
amazing.
year they deserve the league more than any other team in the Premier League. They actually played. They fight for it. They fought. They abandoned the Arsenal style, the beautiful football and everything. Everything is dirty for them. If
And
they
just
cannot
went
score you
scores.
open play, they would look for 27 corners and score 2, and the game is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But that, you know the problem is, I think sometimes some of the pundits are not so fair to Arsenal. You know,
I think your lead,
we used
your
to play
highest
very
goal
good
scorer.
football.
You know your
But
highest
you know
goal
that-
scorer is own goal.
Yeah.
I think your highest goal scorer in the Premier League is own goal.
No. Now Gyökeres scored more than that now.
Boy, check your
How
stats.
many goals? How many goals?
Gyökeres is on 9 goals in the Premier League. I think
How
10.
many own goals did you score?
For a 30
Arsenal
winning team,
scores 5 own goals.
5 own goals.
Yeah, 5 own goals. Gyökeres scored altogether 15 goals in all competitions. So 10 in the Premier League, 4 in the Champions League, 1 in the Carabao Cup. So he got a couple of assists as well, 4 assists, 19 in goals and assist contribution. So I think, yes, but the good thing is that goals are coming from all angles. I mean, that's the good thing about this Arsenal side. You see, over the years, the teams they provoke. No, this team is very, very entertaining. They can play good football, but they are very soft. They don't have a spine. They are very vulnerable at the back. So now, Arteta find a solution that becomes a problem. Corner kicks.
Yeah,
Let's
because
enjoy.
we don't want to watch a football game of just corner kicks, And if
But
if,
to be
if
fair,
man.
honestly, we
Yeah.
scored 16 goals, But again, apart from Real Madrid, apart from Barcelona and Bayern Munich, Arsenal scored more goals than any other team in the European top 5 leagues. So I don't understand where this noise is all hovering over Arsenal. Because, in the Premier League alone, like the number of goals we scored.
how
more
many
goals
corner goals
Yeah,
or
how many
long
corner goals
throw-ins?
did you
But this calendar year, Liverpool scored more set pieces than Arsenal.
I don't think so.
But you people brought the dirty football.
How can that be?
No,
Liverpool
that's-
scoring more
Any
set
other
piece
team can
goals.
play the way we play is fine. But when Arsenal does it, it's dark out of football, dirty football.
Yeah, because you're not known for that. There are
Yeah,
teams that are
exactly.
known for that. Arsenal is
clean,
not one
be
of them.
clean.
If you do
No,
it, it will be
exactly.
very strange.
But if it has to be this way for us to acclimatize ourselves with the environment, so to win the league, let's do it, man, and enjoy the moment.
Anyhow, huh?
You win the
Just have to do
league
it
anyhow.
No, because why don't you so now? Yes,
Yeah,
boy.
you must be
Yeah. 2005
Del.
it's not 2 days or 25 days, yeah?
But Del, have you ever seen Arsenal win the league?
No.
2004, yes.
Right. You have the phone on 2004.
2004.
Ah.
Yeah, I understand they won it in 2004, but where you were Arsenal,
Yeah, exactly. Were you a fan before?
were you a fan
That
when
time?
they
That
lift
time,
the
yes.
trophy there?
During
Huh?
that
Of course.
Your time when the Champions League again. Before they said
When did you start supporting? When did you start
Why
supporting
do I?
Arsenal?
Well, why 2004? Look, 2004. I was in grade 10. I was in grade 10.
Champions League like I said.
Yes. When did you start supporting Arsenal? That's the question, Del.
Can man?
Yeah.
Man, see early 2000 still I don't support Arsenal.
Exactly. So
Early 2000.
2004 is early 2000. So
Did it. 2004, never fake on Arsenal fan la. Time I
Yeah.
was supporting 2 teams, Arsenal
Invincible?
and Juventus. Juventus them then buy because
Yeah, you're-
Alejandro Del Piero.
you're gonna buy Juve, ngano Arsenal.
Mane.
It's sad.
I can give you a theory. You were the Juventus fan. Arsenal win league Premier League 2004. Ngojege fofu no Arsenal 2005. So you
Did it?
must Arsenal win trophy.
No, do lolo. DP 2000. Because I remember my first Arsenal jersey. I'm not better moko mai. Lumbak. Freddy Lumbak. Bladan
Yeah.
Sol boy. Lumbak Ladan Sol. You know, I can still remember, those moments. But
Right,
again,
what a man, man, even Man United fan is my mortgage, man, this not set on Man City for win a treble, for win a Champions League.
Everything.
For you win for Champions for Premier League back to back.
I witnessed my team.
I live in the moment.
So,
I live in the moment. Man, what they talk now when you
Premier League yoo xam ne
Same here,
léegi ñu jël ko seen loxo.
same here,
man,
man.
man don't win 3 times in a row, 2005, 6, 9. Lolo yago di boy.
No, yeah, good.
boy, Del. Da nga wara understand ya good waaye Gambia na am nañ time bu boo xam ne da nga seetaan Premier League every
Of course.
Yeah, video club yaa ngi humboon
Right.
time boobu.
boy video club
Black and white.
no boy video club mu fa woon waaye
Yeah.
understand nga video club bëri wuñ ton ba pare time
The Gambians are very passionate about the Premier League. I mean,
Yeah.
Video Club.
Time boobu video club is good money, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video clubs were booming. They were
Man,
making
Yeah.
a lot of money at that time because
Video Club. Man, they were not operate Video Club, bro.
am na bu nekkoon West Coast foofu noonu West Coast si suuf noonu Kololi or Manjai, right?
Your area, you didn't have Video Club.
Yeah, that one was really good. I used to go and watch that.
boy so boy time them now our final predictions were be elect boy.
But why last video?
No, but we have to talk about Gambia's game,
Boy,
right?
I saw
Gambia
it.
against
We
Senegal
are very
game.
grateful, man.
Gambia
Yeah,
Gambia-
thanks man.
Gambia and
Dama
Senegal
doon
game.
tooñ guy nii rek why it's just,
Gambia,
you know.
next week
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because only 31st la right.
loolu la.
Of course. But whatever I can record here, don't worry. We will discuss about that.
Emel bul worry boo da nga ñëw boo nañ si wax waaye boo nañ si am 1 hour bul worry.
Inshallah.
Boy, so Hassan, your final prediction for
Yeah.
For your
The
Sunday
champions-
match and your Wednesday match.
Yeah. Of course, we are gonna win Tottenham. Lulu mom, you know, it's no problem. We are beating Spurs. They would have to wait for their first win on the Ego Tudor. You know, that appointment I cannot really understand in football. You know, with all the managers, with all the British English, managers that have lost their jobs and they are like really good stars in keeping teams up in the Premier League, and you just got an Ego Tudor, some a manager that has never even coached in the Premier League, to just trust him with the job in keeping you up. It's one of the it's a very strange appointment, I can say. But yeah, at Anfield, Liverpool, Arne Slot is thirsty for a win. We are really thirsty for a win because it's been a while. It's been a while, and now the top four is just cramping up. We really need to start winning to be able to have a chance of playing Champions League football next season. So this game will be an absolute cracker at Anfield. But also on Wednesday, the Champions League game against Galatasaray. I don't really know what Arne Slot will prioritize, but the coaches will make us believe that the most important game is the next one, and they will prioritize that one. But we are not really kids. We see the things that they do and the way that they set up their teams sometimes. But this has got nothing to do with the Savinho saga at Real Madrid. But I'm just saying, they prioritize games. So Arne Slot maybe will be prioritizing the Champions League game much more than he will prioritize the Tottenham game, because number one, he knows that Tottenham are in a very weaker and vulnerable position right now. So he may probably would want to rest Hugo Ekitike. That is, our only available fit striker at the moment. For me, I don't really care if he plays or not, he gets injured or not. I just want us to go, full all out against Tottenham, because I just really want to win. But how he does it, that's why he's really paid to do the job. It's a very difficult job, to be a manager. But yes, Liverpool will win against Tottenham Hotspurs, and then Galatasaray. I am very, very, very confident that we will go, to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That is a must for Arne Slot if he definitely want to hang on, to his job, because he is clinging onto the job right now. So he definitely need a good result, on Sunday and Wednesday to be able to, convince the Liverpool hierarchy further, that really love him. Because
can you give a scoreline prediction?
yeah, that is very difficult, but yeah, Liverpool will concede, as usual, as always. We
Someone
cannot
just
keep.
commented slot out.
Liverpool
You
is
see-
Yeah.
you just-
boy.
Yeah,
Boy, amul ragal.
Yeah.
Them Jello said slot out.
yeah, but yeah, slot is really in,
I
we
want to see your confidence. Just give me a scoreline
Liverpool 2 and Tottenham 1, would do it, because we cannot keep a clean sheet, not with Ibrahima Konate, in the side. And then on Wednesday, I would go Liverpool 3, Galatasaray 1, so that would be a really good scoreline to just, cap the week off before the international break.
Base.
Yeah.
You don't win in the Etihad against Madrid. You want to bet?
I'm winning,
I'm asking you now. You want to bet?
but with a condition.
Oh my God! I ask you a question. You
Okay.
don't win inside the Etihad. You want to bet?
You say I don't understand.
No, Man City will win.
No,
Paul,
qualify.
But the qualifier is the
No,
problem.
there are two conditions.
You have to make it this way.
We are
Can they qualify?
exactly.
No.
Yeah, they are gonna win, but they are not gonna
Listen,
qualify.
This is a Madrid fan daring a City fan. I said he's not going to win Madrid in the
Okay,
Etihad.
let's bet. Let's bet.
Yeah, they will
Okay,
win.
you wanna
They
bet,
must.
let's bet.
Let's bet. Now, if City wins, you give me.
No,
300.
I'm not saying. I say you want. Okay, if City wins, but if you draw or lose, it
Yeah.
goes to me.
If City
Okay.
wins, you give me 300 euros. If Real Madrid wins, I give you 300 euros.
We are the journalists, right?
Which
Fair
Real Madrid
enough,
is
yeah.
City going to win? Which
Huh?
Real Madrid?
Huh?
No, buy ko. No, bet na pare. Buli hasin bet bi, buy bet bi noonu.
No, why digga. Base man la jo confident why City boy pour ngeen do Real dafa ameti de.
Boy, ma Real tey naa ko fi dóor ko
No,
format tey.
no, but we can win. We can win, but to qualify is the
They
problem.
can win, but to qualify,
Yeah,
I
we can
think the
win.
margin is a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's high. The
Video boy
margin is
agal
high.
match bisa billahi Vini boy.
Yeah,
Why
it could have been 4-0 and just
It could have
over once and for all.
But the good thing is
Yeah.
I really love this 3-0 scoreline because you know what? Manchester City will go on a Saturday evening at the Etihad Stadium in fact, at the London Stadium. They are traveling to London to play
Yeah,
against West Ham.
Yes, sir.
They will put
Don't-
all their
don't-
eggs in that
No,
Don't-
basket.
buru worry.
No. Man City are going all out against West Ham. I'm
Yeah,
telling
they
you.
will all out, yeah.
No,
No, kaya mo la. Boy, Man
we'll
City.
convincingly win that game.
Man City do take and Pep mu def them mu take a lot of players on the bench because of that Real Madrid game. A game bo xamantene da nga dem nga sànni
Yeah.
seen team.
The game is already, is gone.
The thing about Man City, sir, swing bench is really good because Nico
Yeah.
Sustak, Tijani Rangers mumfa, yang am ki mumfa naka turadi sa, Mamus mumfa, yang am ki Sekri mumfa. Our Trafford is good.
Yeah.
Johnson musi bench is good. Ed Nouri musi bench is good. Yeah, in fact,
I am telling you,
Nunes,
Base,
we always forget about Nunes. Nunes is
look,
yeah,
a Manchester City second string team will beat a West Ham
exactly.
all-stars. I'm telling you,
No, I
they
last,
should.
last.
They should.
Man City does struggle with, facing West Ham, especially at the London Stadium. I mean, send few visits is a bit challenging, but I know Man City.
Yeah, they should
go
win
all
this
out
one.
win.
Anyway,
Look,
for Madrid,
this is not Pep Guardiola. They've signed the Champions League game because he want to really go all out in the Premier League. I'm telling
anyway,
you.
for Madrid,
You
for
should be
Madrid-
scared.
Man,
Madrid-
Pep, what a chat. Real 3-0 scoreline bi baxna sax because fu mu nekk nii he's going to put all his eggs in one basket. Du nangu West Ham dur ko. So gars dañoo play West Ham gaañ leen ba pare gars dañoo Wednesday dañuy
anyway, for Madrid,
Tuesday la.
I think it was
Tuesday, wow.
very good that for Madrid. I think it was very good that we stand up to the challenge in the Bernabeu. With all the injuries and whatever the team is going through, and it was great. They had a very good game. They created better. Their moments were better than Man City's moments. They didn't have, they didn't create much during the game. They had the ball possession and everything, but they created almost zero chances and everything. I think their best chance was when O'Reilly,
Yeah.
nearly scored a goal and
Nearly
everything.
scored, yeah.
And that was a
That one.
mistake from the academy boy because he was being too confident in the game and everything. And I think in the Etihad, if they can actually, contain Man City in the midfield again, I don't see Man City winning Madrid. Because the Man City I saw play in the Bernabeu, if Madrid could stand up to that midfield again, no matter who they bring in, if they could stand up to that midfield, I see Man City losing again to Madrid. Because the thing is, Man City they're going to go all out to score goals. And the thing, like, let's say, all Madrid need to do is to get Mbappe back. The only pacey pass defender that Man City had is Kusanov. So imagine Kusanov playing against Vinicius and Mbappe at the same time, and you are going all out to score goals. Like, all those counters could be, it could even be worse
It will be difficult.
No,
in
but
the Etihad than it was in Madrid, So seriously, all I need Madrid to do is to contain Man City in the midfield, and then I think with that Man City will not win Madrid.
No,
I'm not even saying they will win and not qualify, but I don't see Man City winning Madrid. If we can balance Man City in the midfield.
If I were Abeloa, I would play the same team, put Mbappe on the bench, and bring him in the second half. Because Madrid play more as a team on Wednesday.
Without Mbappe.
It would be a different game if they have Mbappe on Tuesday. He will be the focal point for all their attacks and all those things. And then that might distract, the game plan. And if Man City score 2 goals in the first 20-25 minutes, the game is over.
2 goals, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's good to dream. It's nice. It's good.
We are all statisticians now.
No,
The probability is high.
But
But it's possible, of course. I understand that,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Seriously, I wouldn't put Mbappe on the bench, because the thing is, like, he's one of the most clinical strikers in the world right now. Because you just need to give him a chance, and then he scores it. And all you need to kill off the game is just one goal, and the whole game is over.
Yeah, and that's what Manchester City need. They don't need Real Madrid to score. If the moment Real Madrid scores, the tie is over and there is nothing left.
Yeah, so that's why having Mbappe
Holland
there.
has an agreement with you. See what Base is saying that favors him, because Mbappe in that focal point position is going to be a threat within the lines.
And he's gonna draw the defenders to him.
Absolutely.
They cannot let him be.
Imagine Vini Junior and Mbappe connection. That counter attack at its very best, it could be detrimental to the Manchester City defense line. So I think Mbappe starting will be a very good, move by the coach to make sure that because Man City will want to press high, they will want to suffocate Real Madrid, and of course if they want to play in that high line, Madrid can always sit and hit them on the counter attack, and I think. That could be a very good game for Kylian Mbappe, because he's very quick, very fast, and he can always penetrate from those defense lines. So I think starting with Mbappe and Vini Junior in front will be a very wise move if he is fit to play.
Yeah.
Okay, so see you guys next Friday. We'll be here tomorrow, but I think me, Del, and Alassane, we have wait. Gambia dal do ham. Why tomorrow we'll find out, boy.
Ma fa nga elect 12 la boy.
Wow, 12 la then go living after you go play.
No problem.
Yeah. So we will have Daudaba,
What we discussed the last time, like having a match analysis with individuals after their games.
Yeah. We will work on that, and then we will see, because my Adam school, my Adam job. So
I want to see Alassane, boiling and complaining about
Alassane. The spirit is not there.
Liverpool being beaten by Galatasaray in.
The spirit is not there. Alassane, when he's watching Liverpool games now, neither than me. So because
I swear, Bilai. Not this season, mom. Season B, the Fadiaga Yahoo, even before it began.
Defeat is not good.
No. Look, this not time, I'm telling you, when Liverpool were flying and, like, I didn't even knew how losing a game feels. Understand nga? Come, dama day gis ñoom Man United how they come send fancy nuñ dee lifine and all that. Man, I have never tasted that. Of course I have tasted defeat and all that, but look, we were
Constant
cruising
defeats,
like
yeah,
a whole,
yeah.
like a long period of time. But now it's like week in, week out,
You
nothing,
didn't
no
see this
day,
coming. You never
nothing.
thought of this.
So guys,
Nothing.
even
It's
if
like-
you don't do it, please, this Champions League game, this second round of games, I think you should do it. It's gonna be very interesting to see
Yeah.
this Liverpool guy, Arsenal guy. It can just happen. Liverpool
Yeah.
2-0, 2-1, and then Arsenal is out, and then Galatasaray 1-0, Liverpool out. It's gonna be amazing to watch Alassane complaining and slot out, whatever. And Dell,
No.
Ateta out. Eze is the worst player in the world. Saka plays for Konkojang United, and all those kind of stuff. So it's going to be very interesting.
I'm telling you, I like Arne Slot very, very, very much, to be honest, because I think this slump is not really mainly on him. It's a lot of things coupled together. But Arne Slot, to be honest with you, I like him. He is a man of good integrity, and that is much more than anything that you can think of. So and Liverpool knows. We are not a team that are very sack hungry. Coaches, we don't do that. Arne Slot will get the whole season, and then we would we would see how the season was and if it is really worth giving him a new deal or not. But his contract is not really so big. It was just a 3-year contract, so just 2027 and it's out. So yeah, it was a really good decision by Liverpool. Anyway, we are not throwing contracts to coaches like 6 years, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then we are stuck there at the end of the day with big payouts when we sack them. So I think it's really a very smart thing to do. Just give them 2-3 years and then see how they have performed, and then you just take it from there. But yeah, it was really a nice, good show. So yeah, if no one has final prediction, so we just call
Okay,
it
guys.
a night.
Yeah, my final prediction will be like, we're gonna win, but to qualify, I don't see it happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, no, Pep Guardiola made me lose so much.
Yeah.
Let me not just talk about Pep. Let's see next week.
But I really think what will happen is if Man City score the first goal in the first half, I'm telling you that can change the
When you got
dynamics
two
of the
goals,
game.
at least two-
Yeah, just
two
one
goals.
goal in the first half.
No,
Even one goal
in
in the first half.
Yeah.
Even one goal in the first half, it will change.
Yes.
Madrid will be very careful,
Yeah.
and they will be, I don't want to say shitting themselves, but yeah, that's exactly what they would be doing, because they wouldn't want to concede another goal, and then they will be just cornered. And Man
Yeah.
City on their day, let's be honest, Man City on their day, they are lethal. They are very lethal with Haaland. Haaland can come up with 3 goals, in that game. And it wouldn't be like he has had a super game. No, it's just like normal to him. But
Yeah,
one goal in the
absolutely.
first half, they must get it. If they don't get any goal in the first half,
It's
it will
over, yeah,
just
it's
be
over.
more difficult, But
Yeah.
one goal in the first half without reply, it's game on. I'm telling you, it's game
Yeah.
on. Yeah. So
Okay.
it will be interesting to see how it pans out.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
See you guys on
Thank you.
Friday.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
All right.